So next up on Big Talk from the Libraries 2026 is actually our first Nebraska presenter. Yay! Today, Denise is from our Wahoo Public Library, and they do Christmas sale that is just amazing. So I'm going to hand it over to you, Denise, to introduce yourself fully and tell us all about this great program you're doing at the library in Wahoo.
Krista, thank you so much. We are really appreciative of the opportunity to present a short program today. And I thank you and the Nebraska Library Commission. These sessions are always wonderful, and it's so exciting to be a part of this today. I came up with the idea of doing this presentation because we have done this fundraiser at our library for next year will be our 25th year. And so we started out as like, what can we do to raise some money to buy new Christmas decorations for the library, because we can't use taxpayer funded money to buy a Christmas tree, and the tree that we had was just the rattiest looking thing that nobody would want. So we're like, what can we do? So a couple of other staff members and myself were like, we have all this extra Christmas stuff at home, we don't want it anymore. What if we just had like a little mini garage sale in the library and see what happens? And we set up a 6-foot table, put our stuff out, and then all of a sudden, all of that stuff sold, and we had people like, well, do you want our stuff? We'll give you stuff to get rid of. And so that way it kind of took off from that. So we went from, there's my current, yes, we are established in 1923 here in Wahoo, so we had our 100th anniversary a few years ago. We opened our current location in 2006, and we're going to be starting a big remodel here hopefully very soon. Yes, that first garage sale started in 2001, and we raised $175, and we spent $68 of that and bought a new Christmas tree for the library. It was exciting and it was fun. This is a fun pictures that we call it Snowpocalypse. Santa thought we needed a snowman army, so we turned it into a look and find game. It was kind of fun. We took one of our display tables, and whoever found, we hit a Santa figurine. That's the fun part about the sale, the donations. You never know what you're going to get. People bring us stuff from all over. We're known kind of far and wide now, so it's not only just our community of Wahoo, but probably within a 100-mile radius, I would say. We've had people come far away and they heard about our sale, or they're cleaning out mom's house or grandma's house and they need a place to get rid of the stuff, and they're thrilled to give it to the library as a fundraiser. So that's kind of exciting. But again, we never know what we're going to get. Some years we get way more snowman than we could possibly need. And maybe part of the reason that we have big snowstorms sometimes is because we have all these snowmen that we have out on display. We're encouraging it to snow. Our Santa sometimes too, we'll have tons and tons of Santas, and you just never know what you're going to get. We'll get vintage items, greenery, trees. This year was kind of fun. I was coming home for lunch one day, and on the side of the street in my neighborhood, somebody had put out a Christmas tree with a free sign on it, and I immediately stopped and I'm like, oh, I can't get that in my vehicle. So I just went home right away and told my husband, quick, come across the street with me, we have to go get this tree. And he's like, can I finish my lunch first? And so then we went back, and the tree was there, and the guy was out blowing his leaves, and he saw me taking the tree, and I'm like, hey, Randy, I'm taking it to the library. I'm going to sell it on our Christmas sale. And he's like, I don't care. We just wanted it gone. And usually people are scaling down because they have so much stuff. We all know that. Maybe we have a family member or ourselves that we're just overwhelmed with stuff, and they just want to get rid of things. And trees and greenery and garlands, silk flowers like crazy, yard displays come in. We'll get the vintage plastic things, Santas, nativity sets, anything. Lights, we take all kinds of lights. Everything is pre-tested. We sort everything. I have great volunteers that come in and sort all of the stuff. So we weed out things that maybe aren't really in great condition. So we'll kind of get rid of some things where, if it's a burned up candle or ribbons that are in bad shape or something like that, we will pass them on or just dispose of them. We have so many wonderful days to set up for the sale. That's the next thing, is trying to get, we have storage downstairs in our lower level where we put all the items. This is kind of just a quick picture of, this was this year, some of the things we had from this year. And we sort and try to keep things together, like all the wrapping paper will go in one box, all the glass ornaments, all the handcrafted stuffed things. That's where the volunteers are so helpful. They kind of curate that collection and put it all together. And then we get volunteers that help us bring it upstairs. We do have a lift in the library, so that makes it really easy for us to transport everything. And it just, this year it took about a little less than an hour to bring up, and we were just kind of putting it everywhere, my office, the staff room, the bookstore, everywhere, till then we could sort it on the floor and get it out on display. So we have a lot of bookcases and things. This is what we have already for this year.
Wow.
The minute we start the sale, new people will come in and they're like, oh, I can donate stuff. And then Christmas hasn't even come yet. We haven't even finished the current sale, and decorations for the next year coming in. We don't always put everything out right away when it comes in. If it's still early enough, we'll add it to the sale. But if there's some, we're getting close to that end, we usually do a bag sale the last week before the sale ends. And so then we get some really nice stuff in, so we don't want to put that on the bag sale, so we'll hold it back. So this year already, you can see that we have a lot of stuff. And we are blessed that we have a great lower level where we can store. I know a lot of libraries wouldn't have the storage space that we do, so that is one feature that we have that we're really glad that we have to store all these items. The problem becomes after the sale of 24th, this is our year. That first year, you remember, we did $175. This year we did $6,000. So it's not without the support of the community and the donations and my staff. I think some days they probably go crazy. We start selling in October, and by the time Christmas rolls around, I think some of us are so sick of Christmas stuff that we don't want to put our own decorations up at home. But it's just an amazing fundraiser. My city administrator has been like, you can't stop that sale because they consider it a great thing for the community. She said, you're stopping a lot of family arguments by having the sale, because no one is fighting over what to do with mom or dad's stuff or grandma's stuff. We can just take it to the library and give it to the library. We'll get it out of the house, it's gone. And so it's an opportunity for our community to donate to us and share the wealth. And we do have a lot of fun with it too. And every year we always have stories of maybe someone comes in who doesn't have much money, and we've been able to set them up with a tree, decorations, even some gift items. This year we had a retired lady who'd been an Avon lady for many, many years in our community. Her family brought us, I think it was like 23 totes of items. Most of it was Avon collectibles, but there was also some things that she had gotten as gifts for being a star Avon lady. Those were wonderful gifts that someone could give as a present to someone. So we have, those opportunities for the people who don't have much funding. They can find a great gift. Our handicapped groups that come in, sometimes we have wonderful resource people that bring them in, and they love going through the sale, and we can just say, oh, you know what, this is a free day, or this is only a quarter today. And so it's kind of fun for them. We also have a patron who is wonderful about, she has a booth at the local antique mall down in Lincoln, Nebraska, and she comes up and takes a lot of the very high-end vintage items or things that she knows she can sell in her booth, and she'll sell those items for us and then send us a check. And this year she sent us a check for $400, so that was awesome. So it's just, you never know what you're going to get. It's just amazing every year to see what comes in, the things that people donate and get rid of, things, brand new things that still have tags on them that people, maybe bought after Christmas sale. I will say the hardest thing sometimes to get rid of is china dishes. they're sometimes the last things to go. Though this year we had a great bunch of plates, cookie plates. So we can kind of push those out. I have a staff member who loves to create displays with the stuff. So we set up like a little table and put decorations on it and put the china on there with a pretty tablecloth and the linens. And because we get all of that, we get everything. You just never know what you're going to get. One fun story we did have was a lady who, the family, she had passed away, and the family found that she had like a storage unit and it was full of Christmas. And one of the things the family was missing, though, she had hidden she had a very large diamond ring, and she had hid that diamond ring somewhere in the house, and the relatives were not sure where it was. And so they asked for like, hey, could you possibly keep an eye out for that diamond ring if you find it? We did not find it, but the family did find it hidden somewhere in the basement of the house. So I'm glad the ring found its way back. So
yeah. Great. Okay. Thank you, Denise. We do have some questions, so go ahead and keep that slide up there for now.
Okay. Great.
Yeah, as you mentioned, people come so far. People in Nebraska, people know about this. Lots of people do. It's a regular thing. That's, oh yes, the library, all that big Christmas sale. We need to go and we need to either get, just like we were talking about weeding in that previous session, the first session. People need to weed their Christmas stuff. I know I have too much of it in my basement. Yes.
Yes.
That I don't use. I actually have boxes labeled Christmas that don't use, but I still just don't know what to do with it. I might be making a trip up to Wahoo. But
now you know.
We do have some questions. So they're doing it. When is your sale? You said the sale is starts in October?
Yes, we usually, depending on how much we have, some years we haven't started. In the early years, we didn't start until November because we didn't have that much stuff. But this year we had such a massive amount of stuff because of the Avon donation. We actually started kind of a pre-sale in September and kind of got people going. And you do get a little bit, sometimes people come into the library and they're like, what are you doing? Why is Christmas out right now? And then once they understand it's a fundraiser and we have to, get the stuff going, they're pretty good about it. But we usually start in October, that first weekend in October. And then we participate. The Chamber of Commerce has a Merry Market weekend in November. And so the library is always open for that Merry Market. So we get people that come from all over and they shop the sale then too. So it's.
So and that leads me to another question that someone has, where is the sale set up? Do you have like a meeting room that is separate in, or is it just out in the main part of the library?
Right now, we literally have had it all over the library. We've had it in the middle of the library. We've had it in a meeting room, one of our smaller conference rooms. When we got rid of our computer lab, we kind of turned that into a small room. We can't use that. This year, we had it in one of what used to be the bookstore that we're currently going to be remodeling. And we're going to be opening up the lobby area and making another meeting room. So I think the goal for next year would be to have the sale in that meeting room, and it'll be more contained. But yeah, we just kind of find space for it. It has a mind of its own and it takes over.
And someone is also asking, how are these items priced? You mentioned people who can't really afford to get stuff. Are there specific prices? Is it free will donation? How are you doing that?
We do a lot of free will donations, but we will price, we usually will price the trees because we know the trees are kind of high price. We've had gorgeous one. This year we had a 12-foot tree donated, and we finally did sell it. It didn't sell towards the end, but we did end up getting $200 for that tree. Most of the time, everything we sell is $50 or less. We are not pricing things so high that we don't want to price ourselves out of the market. We want things to sell. And so a lot of things are under $5 even. You can buy, a flat of ornaments for $5 or something, or we make deals. We love to make deals, especially with little kids. When the little kids, I know, so I think some of our moms, our Storytime moms are like, no, don't let them have anything. They don't want this stuff. We have these minimalist moms who don't want to have anything in their house.
Kids don't understand that. No.
No. It's easy for me to just give it away too.
You said you accept donations at any time, right?
Anytime. It starts, yes, like I say, we start in December, even like that last week right before Christmas was starting, or even the last week of after Christmas. I'll be out in the community anywhere and people will say, oh, hey, can I bring Christmas in? I have a bunch of Christmas. Do you take it now? And I'm like, yes, we take it now. So
what would you recommend? I know you said you've got a great basement down there, but do you have any ideas for someone's asking for a library who doesn't have the storage space to keep all of that?
That could be a problem. I would say check with, if you have a friend's organization, perhaps they might have some space, someone in their basement at home, or if you have maybe some storage units in your community, maybe somebody would consider letting you borrow or use a storage unit for little or no cost as a, they could do as a donation to the library. Yeah, it seems like we have a lot of storage units in every community now. That seems to be the thing to build because we have so much stuff.
Yeah. All right. All right. I think we will wrap it up. If anyone does have any other questions for Denise, we do have to move on to our last lightning round session for the day. There's your email address. Definitely reach out to her. She'll be happy to talk to you and tell you all about how you can do this at your library.
Thank you, Krista, very much. Have
Thanks
fun.
so much, Denise.